So, my multimodal project is investigating the differences between Lubbock and my hometown, as well as some other cities, and I especially wanted to look at the economy aspect about it. I chose this idea because I wanted to look at the contrast between the different lifestyles between the cities, and I thought this was an important topic to look at because um, every college student should know how the economy affects their daily lives. So, with that being said, my research question is, how do the economic differences between Dallas and Lubbock contribute to the average lifestyle? And my main objective with this is to educate myself on how life will be different in college and just sort of in the Lubbock area. And it will also help the audience understand the new choices and habits that they'll have to make. All right, so moving on, I'm going to interview my friend Saeed about the average living conditions back at home versus at Texas Tech.
Well, one aspect of Lubbock that might be better than my hometown is the fact that everyone is living like closer together, like at least on campus. It's easier to make friends and meet people versus back at home you'd have to like go to school or like I don't know, you just hang out at a fast food place until you meet someone.
How much of an effect do you think the economy has on the different issues between Lubbock and Fort Worth?
I definitely think it plays a big factor. I feel like the only reason this town is still small and very slow, at a very slow
It's
growth
growing really
rate.
slowly.
Yeah, at a very slow growth rate um, because of the population here and because of there's no real money here like there is in the city. I mean, you have the oil fields and you have irrigation, and those are your biggest producers here. Versus the city, there's an influx of everything going through the city because where I'm from, we're right next to Dallas, and that is a huge population there, as is. And there's more companies, it's more established, and you're going to get more people to come and help build that economy. And I feel like the economy here is less because there aren't as many people here, and there aren't as many jobs here like there are in the city.
All right, so looking under the lens of economy, we're going to move on to the third question, which is, in what ways does the economy influence your mode of transportation?
Well, if we're talking about being like a college student in Lubbock, which is what I am, I would say I've chosen not to have a car here just because of just like all the hassle of trying to find a parking spot every time I want to use my car. The roads in Lubbock are pretty bumpy, so that's another thing. And all the extra payments I'd have to have since I live on campus, I have to pay for like have my license plates enter into the system. I have to pay for parking, and there's also gas because I'll be driving around a lot. I'll have to drive my friends around a lot. Versus back at home, I had a car. I drove around because like I lived in a like in a neighborhood, so I had to use a car to get to places I wanted to get to because it'd be too far to walk to. Gas wise, I guess maybe it's a little cheaper here.
I think you made a really good point about the about how COVID affected especially Fort Worth. But do you think it was worse off here or in Lubbock or in Fort Worth?
I I think that it affected both of the cities horribly. Um,
Yeah, because it limited access to a lot of things.
yeah, I mean, I think maybe actually, you know what? It might have been worse off for Lubbock in a way, or I mean, honestly, it's the same because it's almost the same because there's a higher population in Fort Worth, and there are shortages because of this pandemic, and the demand goes up, and as the supplies are already low, and it affects a lot more people in a bigger city than in a smaller city. So yeah, but then you have the people of Lubbock who can't even who have a harder time getting the things that they need all the way out here because there's nothing around here, and as is, and the shortages just make it worse for people. But I don't know. I would actually, now thinking about it, I think it would affect a bigger city a lot more than a little city, just like I said, because there's more people that are affected by it, and there are more people that can't get what they need, and then they start losing jobs, losing their lives, to the pandemic and everything. And yeah, there's more people who can't get what they need, and that affects a big city a lot.